So Pulsechain has higher throughput, better security, lower environmental impact to the point of nearly none, is a newer coin with more features, is faster than Bitcoin. But Bitcoin has an $800 billion market cap. Pulsechain doesn't. Why? Well, we're new. We're on the way, right? Things will get better, in my opinion. So, like, oh, and for you listening, is that a forward-looking price statement? Nope, not a forward-looking price statement, not financial advice. So we've got a wonderful network. We've got wonderful features. We've got wonderful airdrop. There's, you can do lending on the Pulsechain network. There's projects that let you borrow coins. There's projects that there's stable coins on Pulsechain. There's all types of stuff people have launched on Pulsechain. Guys, the network is good. Works great. Oh, and the bridge is free too. Somebody set the bridge to 0 fee so that using the bridge has no fee, both directions. So if you go to bridge.pulsechain.com, there's no fees currently. In, out, either way, no fees. Now you're going to pay a fee on the Ethereum network. Nothing you can do about that. That's Ethereum's side, right? So you got a great network and you got a ton of free coins. And it's been worked flawlessly for 7 months. Go make it great, guys. Launch stuff on it, use it, build fiat on-ramps, make a money transmitter in your state, make a licensed money transmitter in your state, and you can, make the community better. Like,
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another awesome day on Pulsechain, the art of accumulation. And it's going to be a fun show. We'll be getting into, obviously, Pulsechain. We're going to cover stock market. We're going to be covering crypto. We're going to be covering Runes protocol ordinals. We're going to be covering the recent launch of, well, actually just launched only in the last couple of hours, we're going to keep it a secret. It's coming up. Anyway, we're going to be talking about that. And what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about sports betting. You like sports betting. We're going to get into that too. So it's going to be a lot of fun for sure. And yeah, the one I was kind of teasing out there, decentralized, as launched on Runes. So we're going to talk about that too. There's a bit of stuff there across the different chains. Let's get into the house. Who we got? Sandy Beach. Good to see you, Sandy. And a big shout out from Sandy there in the house. Day 29 in the books. One more day for the AB challenge there for Sandy Beach. So one more day left of that. And then you're getting into jumping jacks and burpees and things like that. So it's going to be fun. Crypto Igniter in the house there. Yo, good to see you, Crypto. And welcome to the chat there. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell as well. We are streaming to 3 channels: Superman Crypto, Pulsechain X, which is growing pretty nicely out there at the moment, and of course Hex Token channel here. So over 10,500 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe, share the channels around, all that good stuff. If you haven't joined our Discord, the link's in the video description as well. To join up Discord, you can join up general membership, $5 per month, or you can get into Strategy Club, which is $35 a month, and that's multi-chain opportunities. So get in on that one. All right, let's jump into the news today. And so we're going to start with the stock market. This will be the stock market for Monday in the US. And the S&P 500 rides Tesla, Apple higher. Fed meeting eyed. So there we go. Let's have a look at the results. Dow Jones is up 0.4%, 146 points to 38,386. S&P 500 up 0.3%, 16 points to 5,116. And the Nasdaq, with all the tech companies in it, including the Tesla move, is up 0.35%, 55 points to 15,983, which is just below 16,000. So it's pretty bullish. US dollar is up a little bit as well, 105.6 versus its trading partners. Quickly look at the commodities. We got West Texas sitting at $82. Brent oil there at 87. They're both down slightly. Gold is at 2,343. That is down 0.6%, $14 to 2,343, as I said. Silver is down 1.1%, 30 cents to $27.34. That's it, pretty much it. Now, we do have a Fed meeting coming up. So Fed hawkish meeting ahead. The Fed Reserve is set to kick off its 2-day meeting on Tuesday. So obviously this is Monday's results. That is widely expected to culminate, in an unchanged decision on interest rates. Many on Wall Street will be focused on the remarks from the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, amid fears of a more hawkish Fed chief. And that's the fear there about future-looking statements. The statement language is likely to be altered to be in a hawkish direction, reflecting economic developments in recent weeks, particularly the strong inflation readings for the March. So we'll see how we get on there as well. But ticking down the Fed rate monitor, we can see that that is 1 day and 17 hours away till that, I guess the second day there, where the chair gives his big speech that we often cover. What else there? So yeah, May, we're expecting a no change, 96% of the market. Like I say, I think we're jumping all the way down to September now before we get the majority of the market actually looking for a pivot. So yeah, 60% in September and almost 70%, 67%, 2/3 of the market in November. So it really has been pushed back, hasn't it, a lot with some of that recent data reporting. All right, we'll cover that when it comes out. Bitcoin at the moment, $63,833, up 1.122%. Bitcoin dominance jumped back. Man, it was down at 50.5, remember? Now it's back up at 52.38%. So Bitcoin dominance has improved. Ethereum there down 1.6% at 3,213. Slightly down market, as you can see amongst the leaders. XRP is standing out though. It's up 0.8%, 51 cents. AVAX is up a bit there as well. Optimism or OP there is down 5% at the moment. That's kind of standing down on the red there. Bit of a mix amongst the meme coins there. Pepe showing a bit of green at the moment, up 1.6%. And that's pretty much it. Otherwise, everything else slightly down there at the moment. Let's zoom in on Bitcoin. Bitcoin there just below the 50-day moving average. So 50-day moving average is at 64,500 exactly. And we are circling at 63,721. So there we go. We're below the 50-day moving average for Bitcoin. Let's jump over to some of the good news for Bitcoin coming up. And that is we're about to have the Asian ETFs. So we've had the US ones on the 10th of January. But now it looks like we're going to have the Asian ETFs about to launch. And of course, an executive of China AMC, one of the 3 issuers of the new Hong Kong listed spot ETFs, reportedly said during a press release briefing, that the first day issuance of shares may surpass the US debut of 125 million. And of course, that's pretty positive. Referring to new product seed funding, I'm very confident the initial listing scale of Hong Kong's virtual asset spot ETF can exceed the issuance scale on the first day of the United States, said Zhu Hey Kang, hopefully I said that right, head of digital asset management and family wealth. Wayne Huang, head of ETF and custodian at the crypto exchange OSL, said that the exchange had completed the first day of raising funds for 2 of the new offerings and confirmed Hey Kang's forecast. Judging from the numbers, the transactions are indeed far greater than the capital inflow of the US spot Bitcoin ETFs now for the first day of trading. So that's pretty positive. So we may see that play itself out tomorrow onwards. And of course, the other thing is that normally most of the ETFs that do well are the US ones, right? They just suck all the money, and people use those. But maybe we'll get something a bit different this time with the Asian ETFs here out of Hong Kong. So that's going to be pretty bullish. So keep a lookout for that this week on the old Bitcoin. And that's why it's pricing a little bit of that bounce that we see in the price today on the old Bitcoin. So pretty cool. It really is starting to look good, right? Starting to look good with the old Bitcoin. Remember, we're thinking about bigger numbers in the bull market. We're thinking about 150, 180 kind of minimum for the target, and then maybe 240. Richard Hart's 240, and then gold or something like that. Market cap 400K. So we'll see how we go with this sort of price forecast. But more money going to come into Bitcoin from the looks of it through the Asian ETFs. A bullish sign there. Another one there. So it's pretty good. Now that leads us into runes. Bitcoin's not alone. Of course, it's got its for the first bull market ever. It's going to have a ecosystem on top of it for meme coins and NFTs. So that's been a boom at the moment. One of the dominating decentralized markets is Magic Eden at the moment for that. Obviously, more centralized exchanges have adopting this over the last week. We've seen that dramatic, and I suspect we're going to see a whole ton more exchanges, maybe even Binance coming out in the next week. So we'll be watching out for that. Speculation at this stage, but there's lots of little clues out there for it. Things are heating up on the second on the ecosystem building around Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, meme coin themes are definitely going for the win this bull market. And here we are at the moment on the leaderboard for top runes. So Runes Protocol launched at the halving on block 840,000. The top there you can see by daily volume at the moment is Ryzik that is doing the best here, 47, almost 48 Bitcoin in volume, $3 million. Dog to go to the moon, which is my pick for the winner, is going to be led by Leonidas, is rune number 3. Ryzik is rune number 8. In other words, that's the order that it got etched or created when Rune's protocol went live. So you have to pay a bit of money, several Bitcoin, to get these etched out early. But that's the high ranking ones. You can see they're already taking the leaderboard there. 23 Bitcoin for that, for Dog Go to the Moon. And then Decentralized has just launched a huge Ethereum team now on Bitcoin. And then when I say Ethereum team, a big NFT and a team there now on Bitcoin, also looking to get market position, right? And it's all early. So this is one of the key themes you're going to see on Rune Protocol. It really does look like it's building that early momentum pretty strong out of the gate. Decentralized has just launched, been airdropped not only to some of the ordinal holders. So let's look at the ordinal holders at the moment. So this Decentralized has been airdropped through Prometheans. That is the team that is running this, right? So let's go to Prometheans in the ordinals. We're going to go to the website here. Let's go to the X profile, CyberKongs. So CyberKongs, a major NFT team on Ethereum, now on Bitcoin as well. They have 312,000 followers, so a pretty big team there, and things are really starting to heat up. At the moment, you can see Prometheans there down at 1160. They were over 5,000 once the snapshot happened. Of course, you know, the markets adjust the ordinal, and of course it's down there at the moment. But ordinal's doing pretty well, still holding up there. Ryzik number 1 at the moment, Prometheans, and then Runestone. Runestone, of course, related to Dog Go to the Moon. So these are the leading teams at the moment. Some honorable mentions down here, of course. Rune Pups, Rune Doors, and many others. So Ambi, of course, just dropped a whole ton of NFTs to different wallets as well, if you were lucky to get one of those, especially if you're a Runestone holder. But Rune's market is ticking away there, and man, I think it's going to heat up this week. Leonidas has talked about Dog Go to the Moon, talking about big things coming for Dog Go to the Moon. And of course, they're actually looking potentially to physically land a dog on the moon, possibly through a SpaceX moon trip in October. So watch out for that. That could be pretty awesome. Lots of buys at the moment, 47 pending buys. And of course, they've had multiple centralized exchange listings, including Gate.io, which seems to be a early big adopter for Rune's protocol. And it looks like we might have bigger exchanges coming along, maybe even Binance itself in the next week or so. So it's going to be fun to see that. So that's kind of the play there at the moment. You can see that that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be looking out for the Decentralized, which has just dropped. It is in a process of dropping, so not everybody's wallets will have it yet. But it's already out of the gate there. Just at the time of writing here, it's currently at 6.89 sats is the current sell. And of course, what else we got here? $90 million market cap. I saw about 30 minutes ago, it was about $100 million. So it's going to move around a little bit there. There's 21 billion in supply, pretty standard number here. And there's currently 18,000 holders at the moment. Now, those holder numbers go murky once centralized exchanges start listing these runes. And of course, then they go onto the exchange and then they're traded on the exchange. So holder numbers are good at the moment, 18,000, but as obviously the airdrop finishes as well, we'll find out what the total number is as well for this. So pretty cool. Now, if you had a runes or you're in a top ordinal collection, you may end up getting some of these decentralized tokens, which is rune number 2. So it's pretty high up in the all picking order there. So top runes looking pretty good. Markets moving around and buys and sells, so it's looking pretty healthy straight out of the gate. Only just second week, I think, of launching and early in the bull market. So it's one thing you definitely don't want to miss. Do your due diligence, all that good stuff. But huge opportunity, right? Huge opportunity. All right, that leads us into Ethereum. And Ethereum at the moment, $3,200. We've got the 50 moving average at 3,258. So we're just below that at the moment. So both Bitcoin and Ethereum are just below the 50-day moving averages at the moment. Now, we also, for Ethereum, while Bitcoin might have the Asian ETFs launching tomorrow, we've got the Ethereum potential ETF in the United States on the 23rd of May. However, we're not expecting that to get approved, less than a 25% chance. That is only 23 days away, though. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there, but not too optimistic at this stage. Maybe further down the track. But probably not going to be 23rd there. We'll try and do an update on that maybe tomorrow. That is pretty much around crypto. We're going to get into Pulsechain next, though. Before we do, let's welcome a few others to the chat. And we're going to get into day 353 results and talk about Pulsechain, the art of accumulation, because that's kind of the main theme there. Let's see who else has jumped in here. We got Brian in the house, our community leader. Brian is the mostest. As Ferris Bueller's Day Off. If you've ever seen that movie, it's one of the great classics of all time, not just the 80s, but all time. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's absolutely amazing. And of course, the secretary to the principal at the school in that movie talks about Ferris Bueller as a righteous dude. Well, it's Brian. Brian's a righteous dude. He's in our Discord there. And of course, you can use his link to join up the Discord today. So get in there, folks. All right, we got Eddie as well. Accumulation time because the Magic Carpet Ride will be rocketing. Absolutely, Eddie. Eddie knows what we're talking about here, the art of accumulation. So Pulsechain's giving people the opportunity of a lifetime to accumulate. And of course, when the Magic Carpet Ride does kick in, it's going to be glorious. And Richard posted, not only Richard posted that video that I played at the beginning at the new year, right? He posted that was very bullish. And just one mention there that the fee is free to come on to Pulsechain, but that has been changed now on the way back out. You still got the 0.3% fee on the way out. So just remember that has changed from the video. But once again, Richard posted that video, which I thought was very bullish. We've already seen a couple of moves of Magic Carpet Ride on Pulse and Hex and Pulsex and things like that, incentive. And of course, we're already waiting for, he also posted out some posts on X about how markets work in terms of getting the squared X returns there. And of course, those are all blues clues from Richard around the Magic Carpet Ride. So very, very bullish there. And Eddie understands it. Eddie's got it. So yeah, the art of accumulation. The price is sitting there just baiting you to accumulate. Once again, do your own due diligence, all that sort of stuff. Not financial advice, but man, when it kicks, it's gonna kick, and we're looking forward to it. I'm predicting we'll see some big Sack Daddy activity around May the 1st or 2nd, says Tails. I like that. We're definitely at that 50 weeks, right? 50 weeks weekends. And of course, we're heading towards that 1 year. So we're definitely getting in the zone. We're getting in the zone for a Magic Carpet Ride period. Now, when exactly that happens, well, we'll find out. We can't tell Magic Carpet Ride what to do, but definitely getting in the zone for that. And accumulation is just on the offering at the moment. It's like low-hanging fruit, just keep picking that stuff, just picking that low-hanging fruit right now. Superman, are you going to court case in October in New York? It would be fantastic to meet you if you do see right behind Barbara. Probably not, Steve. Probably not. I've got a few things on and things like that, so we'll see. We'll see, though. I'll keep in mind about it, but I know that a lot of people are going to be going to that court case in New York. It's going to be well organized for sure. DGN in the house there. Hey, Superman. It's good to see you, DGN. Welcome to the chat as well. As Sandy says, I'm thinking of maybe going to New York City in October. Depends on something, though. Well, we won't miss you, will we, Sandy? We'll know who you are with that lovely lock of hair of Sandy's. We're going to be, I'll pick you out of the audience. That's for sure. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. All right. We got Andrew Reynolds in the house as well. Morning, all. Good to see you, Andrew. Welcome to the chat also. All right. Let's get back into it, folks. Let's get into the Pulsechain update, the art of accumulation. The price is sitting there, just hanging there, teasing people at the moment, and accumulate. You've always, when the biggest opportunities always have a lot of risk to them. They always have risk, and of course we're playing probability here, and we're going to get into the charts, talk about that probability. But here we are, quadruple 7 at the moment, quadruple 07. So we're at 70% of the mean sacrifice price, and modestly down today, 1%. Pulsex at the moment, quadruple 0282. Down 3.6% at the moment, and of course, well below the mean sacrifice price, 28%. I mean, that's pretty gorgeous, right? A pretty gorgeous accumulation zone. And at the moment, the buy and burn sitting at 830.4 billion Pulsex has been bought up and burned 4.09% of the public supply. It's looking good, just sitting in the background there, and that does not include the Power City M protocol, which takes hundreds of billions of Pulsex off as well. We might actually look at that today when we do our update. Now we've got incentive token, $3.40, down 4.8%. The ratio has broken down below 50,000, so it's at 48,575. But the key line there was 44,500, and we'll check that on the chart as well. And what else? We got the incentive token in existence, 30,389,000 incentives in existence there. What else we got to say about this? Hex on Pulsechain, 86 hundredths of a penny, down 2.6%. with EHEX there at 20th of, or let's just say 1/5 of a cent. It's pretty easy to do. And of course, the combined price EHEX and PX is at 1.06 cents at the moment. So still hanging just over 1 cent. Definitely accumulate zone, accumulate. That is the play. And getting volumes at this level are so good for the upside, because once the price really does start moving, those volumes you get a lot less. You get a lot less. That's all we're going to say. So that's day 353. Let's jump over to the charts here, and we're going to go full screen on the Pulsechain chart, just to zoom in on that. And of course, you guys know we've been following this. Actually, let's go to the weekly on this chart because it's just a bit easier to see everything. And let's get rid of the RSI for the moment. So that is the weekly there. Look at that. Whoa, teasing us here along this bullish line. Remember, this is the line that Richard Hart has in his charts that he posts. So it's, is that a Blue's Clues? We will see. Now, I think probability is that we're going to keep riding through here. Hopefully, we're going to bounce up off there. That's kind of the bullish scenario. We always could have a capitulation event. So that's where we break down through this, and then the way back up is absolutely ruthless. But we're going to go with this angulation at the moment. And this is on the weekly candles, and we're getting so close to that 1 year. In fact, let's go have a look how far away we've got to go. Well, we've got 12 days and 23 hours and 38 minutes until the 1 year anniversary of Pulsechain on the 13th of May there. So get bullish. It's going to be fun. So we're getting closer to that 1 year there at the moment. So pretty good accumulation zone. We've got a pretty tight level day on the weekend there as well. Let's go to the daily though. So we've got the daily close. What time is it now? Yeah, 20 minutes into a new candle. So we've got, this is the new candle here, this green one here. Yesterday we had a low of, what do we get? Quadruple 06800 and a high of quadruple 0709. And we bounced off, and once again that support there as well. So let's see how we go on with the next couple of days. And as we say, we're coming up to this 1 year here, just ticking away there, 13 days to go. So getting closer. Pulsex at the moment. Similar story. So we're going to keep following the lead from Pulse on that one. So that's ticking away pretty nicely, well above that angled supports. And PHEX here, let's go to the ratio to Pulse. I'm going to race through some of these, and this is on the weekly as well. Looking pretty good though, isn't it? And nice support at 44, 45. So let's say 45,000. We've got good support level, but down to 43 there. But definitely 45 is looking pretty good here. And getting back over 50 would be pretty nice. This is going to be really power up, I think, to the right. People are expecting some big dollars for incentive token moving forward. PHEX at the moment on the weekly as well, sitting at 8,600 of a penny. Nice little accumulation zone. Again, anything under this orange here, pretty good accumulation under 1 cent. And of course, you've seen popped above it many times. So even modest gains are permissible, but eventually, probably expecting this to break out to the upside. Like we say, once we get past that 3 cent combined price. EHEX, of course, made a little move here as well. We've seen a couple of moves on EHEX, and of course got a higher low here and here. So we'll keep a lookout for that. But we definitely locked mad gains all the way up to 0.7 of a penny before we get into some real resistance with the BankX. So that's 242% gains just sitting there. I mean, but you could go to a bank, right, and try and make, what is it at the moment? A couple % returns over a whole year. But here we are. You can just sit back and relax and wait for a 242% gain. All right, so that was kind of looking nice, very nice. Let's go to the combined price of EHEX and PX on the charts and have a quick look at this. Trying to go through the Richard Hart charts a bit faster today, but the main theme there is that it's accumulation zone, and it's the art of accumulation. Pulsechain is teaching people the art of accumulation. How about that? We got 1.06 cents at the bottom of the range. Once again, once we get over the 3 cents, it's going to be off to the races, and it's going to be game on, bull market time. All right, let's jump into some of the other stats here. Gas prices. Man, we're at 1.3 million beats. Now, I saw yesterday, was it up massive? Like, it was like huge. Like, see that scandal there? It was like up at 5 million, maybe 8 million or more on the Gwei there. I saw a spike happen. We're currently at 1.3 million, so that's about 6 times more than what we're used to. 3 cents for a Pulsechain swap. Oh my gosh, we might have to fork the chain. Might have to fork the chain on Pulsechain. We got 0.2 of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer and 0.6 of a penny for a PRC twin transfer at the moment. Gwei on Ethereum has been super cheap, as we guys know. Let's just make up New English. We guys know. 6 Gwei there, and we're 250 times cheaper than that. So looking still pretty good, even with a big expensive Gwei at the moment. We're still doing pretty well there. Let's go to the validators. Have a look at that. $49,278 on Pulsechain, 1.58 trillion off the market state. Pretty similar to the last couple of days. And let's go to the bridge to do a health check. Sitting at $114.3 million, so a bit lower than yesterday. I think we're sitting at 115.8, I think, from yesterday. So we're down, what's that, 715, so 1.5 million, something like that, from yesterday, if I'm right. So that's kind of the play there. 35.7 million DAI at the moment. We're going to keep watching this bridge health check here as well. Now, I did say we're going to look at the lock coins. We do have on Valdez, we have 1.58 trillion locked of Pulse. We have 855 billion Pulse locked in liquid loans. On Pulse X, of course, we have 807 billion locked away from that as well, in addition to, of course, the buy and burn, which is at 830. They're pretty similar numbers now. Isn't that funny? They're pretty similar numbers there, about over 1.6 billion Pulse X off the market, either burned or locked. That's not too bad, at all. All right, which one? About 8%, something like that, something like 8%. So that's pretty much it. We're going to be starting day 354 as we head towards day 365. So that's ticking away there at the moment. All right, so we're going to get up to sports betting in a minute, but first we're going to go through the other charts on Pulsechain. Let's say hello to a few other people who else is starting the chat here first. We got Brian says, you will have to start your stream a little early, boss, be live when we hit that 1 year mark. Just saying, says Brian. You might be right about that, Brian. I might have to try and remember that. 2% returns of the risk of the bank rugging me. Sounds like a damn deal, says Tarzan. Man, I hate banks with a vengeance. I'll tell you that much. I hate banks with a vengeance. Crypto incognito. Yeah, banks are going to get even worse, right? So at the moment in New Zealand, we've got some crazy people here. Honestly, it used to be one of the greatest countries in the world, but we got such bad. When you get bad people, they can take even a beautiful country like New Zealand. They can take it down the googler. Now we did have a good election with a coalition. It's the best scenario we could have had, but we've still got some progressive nutters running some of those coalition partners. So you're getting weak leadership and stuff like that. But at least it's not as bad as the socialists that we threw out. They are completely nuts, and they're trying to groom this young girl who's absolutely just doesn't know what she's just a socialist nutter, a progressive nutter, and they're trying to groom her for future prime minister. Can you believe it? God help us if that happens, because that would just be the final nail in the coffin. You'd probably end up in a war zone here. So hopefully not. Hey, Brian's just given out some 5 gifted memberships. Big shout out to Brian. Crypto Incognito got one. Brennan got one. And Tom Boss got one. Pound for Pound got one. And Bob Farter got one. got one. And congratulations to you. And a big shout out to Brian for that. That's shout out there. Very, very nice. All right. Brian says, share this link out for Superman's Pulsechain channel. Let's get it over 1,000 subs. Yeah, absolutely. If you haven't joined Pulsechain X, go over there and join. It's been growing quite nicely, and you guys can help it get it to 1,000 subs. Sign up today. Nice one there, Brian, with the power move. All right, so yeah, and where was I heading with that? So yeah, recently this is what they've been doing. So not only we have the risk of these crazy socialists, which are just dreadful ideological people and policies that have terrible outcomes. We're getting the supermarkets are starting to put cameras in everywhere with visual with identification of they're basically going to screen your face and identify every single person. They're starting to test these in our food markets. It's disgusting. It's like an open air prison. They're going to put more speed cameras, like tons of them, all over in remote parts in New Zealand. You don't even need them, and they're going to start doing that. And they're also going to be starting to do more and more in the cities and in the small cities. They're just putting us in an open air prison. So if you're out there and that's happening in your country, you really need to write to your local MP, push back on this, because basically you will end up in an open air prison with all these cameras and stuff like that. So it's definitely something to push back on. You can do it just in simple ways, writing to MP, putting pressure, writing to the agencies, that are trying to enforce this on you as well, and just let them know that you're not happy about it. So some simple stuff there. So mate, they're sneaky, aren't they? These people, they go for complete power, complete power, want to take our freedoms away slowly. Does do it by 1,000 cuts, but now they're getting so bold, they're just accelerating it with 100 cuts instead of 1,000 cuts, 100 cuts. So get out there, folks, and let's stand up for our rights. before we only have them in name only. All right, let's have a quick look at the COSA at the moment. So we're going to look at how we're doing here. COSA is pretty much no change on Ethereum. Hedron is down 1% there on Pulsechain. COSA down 8% on Pulsechain, and Hedron on Ethereum down 23%. Big move down there for Hedron at the moment. Let's go a quick look at the influencer coins. These are the coins that have pretty much been making a lot of the volume on Pulsechain lately. There's these influencer coins, and they're currently down at 2 million. I think they were at 5 million yesterday. $2 million of volume today. Now they've had some major decreases here. Bro from BitBoy, Ben Armstrong, is down 32%. That's down quite a bit there. Let's have a quick look at that one just while we're here. So yeah, big rally, and now just pulling down here. We'll probably find a bottom. You just got to get in the right entry. Now, obviously, with any of these tokens launched, there's always some people that may have big bags, maybe insiders, stuff like that, and they can sell down into these moves. So, that's probably true for most of the projects. So I know people make that criticism, but, come on, it's crypto. We probably get a lot of that happening. So it's kind of like, yeah, okay, you just got to time the charts and things like that. Anyway, Paul Pleb there from Hex down 14%. Solid X is down 11% at $69. Crispy Man there, Fires down 10.3%. Teve, which is the one I think launched yesterday, launched on Randy Olasky's channel. That is down 7.6% at the moment. Let's have a quick look at that. That is from another influencer who hadn't streamed for quite a while. Hits in there, something like that. Anyway, so that's actually not looking too bad on the chart. That's 15 minutes. Let's go through 4 hourly. Have a look at 4 hourly there. It's got a bit of support at 0004, currently at 0006 at the moment. But definitely a new chart there. What else? Access Alive is down at 16,800 or 900, down 7%. Now, that was after the compromised wallet, right? I think the top whales wallet was compromised, and the hacker was dumping them on the market, didn't really know what they were doing. They pushed it over to Ethereum, trying to sell it into a liquid market, all sorts of crazy stuff like that. So anyway, price has not recovered yet on Access Alive. I remember it almost was up at 100 grand there when it pumped a week or so back, but now down at 16,800, but still holding up. Still holding up. Got to give credit where credit's due. No token for Randy Olasky, looking pretty good. Down 4.5% there, so just under 0.16 of a penny, pretty similar to yesterday. Looking pretty good there. Ben there from V1, that is down 4% now at the moment, so that pumped and pulled back. Trayvon's down a token there, 27 cents is down, up 1%, but that must have been sold off because that looks a lot lower than it used to be. Yeah, look at that. That's been sold off. This is on the 4 hourly candles. That's been sold off on the old Trayvon. Was way up at 44, but definitely let's go to the daily on Trayvon's one here. Sort of peaked back on the 8th of March at 86 cents, now down 26. Whoa. Boy, you got to have diamond hands for those things, don't you? So there we go. That is it on the influencer coins. Let's jump over to the stable coins. And of course, we've got this PDI narrative, and PDI at the moment is back at half a penny. It's up 3.7%. And of course, that did break down from our big bullish channel. So it's probably going to take a little bit longer to get to the 1 cent. Do a bit of a U is probably the best case scenario into that to try and get back in that 1 cent. So we'll keep watching out for that. I definitely think it's still in play. Just take a bit longer than it would have if it kept that channel going. All right, let's see where else we're going here. We're going to jump over to Bitcoin. Let's go to Wrap Bitcoin here at the moment. $224 on Wrap Bitcoin. Definitely broken down there. It's a real question mark about where it will land. Maybe it's landed at 213. We will see. All right, so that's kind of that at the moment. Definitely liking the Wrap Bitcoin theme for the bull market, of course, with following Bitcoin. So we're going to see how that goes in the future. All right, let's jump into the Pulsechain overall and see what the best performers are. We're going to quickly go through that before we get to sports betting. And let's go have a look here. So overall volume, 24.57 million. So down a bit from yesterday from memory. I think so. Down from me, I think so. 24.7 million. Just trying to remember what we were yesterday. Can't remember. 262,000 transactions on the 24 hours at the moment. And the best performer here, VDB here on 9-inch exchange. That's up 7,600%. And of course, that has probably just been launched. So let's have a look at some of the details there. Quick Intel says no issues, so that's positive from Deck Screen. You always need to confirm that, but we'll give it a rocket for that. And what else are we going to say about this? We've got a website, no website or anything like that, and it's only been around for a little bit there now, an hour. So early days. These are ones if you want to try and catch the every latest coin, then these are sort of ones you might want to pick up. But anyway, it's had a big pump and pull back now. Let's see if it does that. Anything else after that? So that is VDB. Whatever it is, who knows? Not financial advice, of course. We're just having a look at the charts. Gun is up at 2.6 cents, up 283%. This looks like a brand new as well. Pulsechain Gun. It's got a website and a Twitter handle. Unknown DEX listing though. So what else we got about this? Let us know in the chat if you guys have seen this one here. Quick Intel says no issues. Sell tax or buy tax doesn't know. Let's see what else. We're not going to go through all the details, but there we are, pumped and it's sold off. So there we go at the moment. Let's have a quick look at the website. We'll see if it's got anything cool. Okay, and Pulse Gun looks like some sort of DEX. So we've got $9,005 of value in there. Don't know who's running that, so let's have a quick look at that. And let's go to the Twitter handle. It's something a bit different from normal. Pulse Gun there, 38 followers. Who knows what this is? So not endorsing this at all. We're just having a look at it. It just popped up out of nowhere. Shoot for the stars, aim for the moon. Pulse Gun. All right, cool. Can't transfer gun ownership, Master Chief. Transfer gun ownership to Master Chief there. LP burned. Stuff like that. So start price was half a penny. A million guns. Is that what they say? So interesting looking project there. Might end up being something. We'll see. Not financial advice, of course. So we'll look at the chain data. Yeah, it's got 1 million tokens. So not too many tokens. I kind of like that. 19 holders at the moment. Very early days. We'll see where this goes from here at the moment. All right. What's the liquidity on that? 26K. Market cap 26K. All right. What else we got there? Crow is up 10%. So not a lot over 10% today. So that's pretty much it. You guys know I like to do just over 10% today. We've just got a couple on the leaderboard there. Honorable mention DWB and Teddy Bear. How about that? Honorable mention DW and Teddy Bear. Maybe SparkSwap. We'll give SparkSwap an honorable mention as well. All right. That is that. Does that DEX show up? No, it doesn't show up on there yet. Pulse Gun. Is that a new DEX that will fly? We'll see. It's very small at the moment. All right. That's going to lead us into sports betting. Let's see who else has jumped in the chat, though, and say hello. Sandy Beach says we have speed cameras where I live. It's awful. Yeah. Hey, look, they're putting them in New Zealand where we don't even need them. Honestly, it's just surveil. They make up these excuses about it's just for like speed tickets or to keep this road safe, but they're putting them in places we don't even need them, and it's really just about control and monitoring. And they flood the country with all sorts of people that you just don't. They do no character checks, no culture checks. Have no idea who's jumping in, so it's they just fill it up, make all these problems in our country, and then they put us in a police cell. Say, hey, look, there's all these problems. We're the ones that made the problems, and now we've got all these problems, so we need to find solutions to fix up the problems we made, and we're going to make more problems for you. That's all they do. That's all they do. A month later, you get a ticket in the mail. Ouchie, that's horrible. That's horrible. I feel for you there. Yes, voodoo scam, lol, says, yes, Cap, voodoo scam. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Brian says, you are not showing the charts, boss, just saying. Oh, really? Did I accidentally not show the charts? I apologize for that, folks. I didn't realize that I didn't share the chart that time. Not showing the charts, boss, just saying. Well, at least it wasn't too long. At least it wasn't too long that I wasn't showing the charts. Speed cameras are for target practice. Just saying, says Brian. Yeah. Well, in the UK, they have these ULEZ cameras, right? These ULEZ ones that their terrible mayor, Sadiq Khan, put in. And, but they've got all these, what do they call the people that take those down? They got a name for them. I just can't remember them at the moment. But, definitely an issue. All right, let's try this second time and actually get the screen up. Is the screen showing there? Oh, this is showing, for goodness sake. All right, so we're on Pulse Predict here. So this is part of Jacob's ecosystem. The token for Pulse Predict is going to be launching, I think, in about how many days away? Not too far away. 56 days and 23 hours to go. Now, obviously, if you're playing Sportsbet, you actually get some Pulse Predict points. So it's going to be launching in 56 days. The sports events at the moment on Pulse Predict are currently the UEFA Champions League. That's currently in progress. Excuse me, or it says it's in progress anyway. But what I wanted to focus was the upcoming events. So we got the boxing here is coming up. Excuse me. Yeah, May the 18th is the boxing in there. It's going to have obviously the world famous boxers Fury and Usyk there fighting. Then that's on the 18th of May, so that's going to be pretty big for Pulse Predict sports betting on Pulsechain. And then of course you got the Qatar Formula One in Qatar. That's going to be pretty cool on the 26th of May. And then they've got the Indy 500, which is one of the two biggest races in the United States, isn't it? Indy 500, and that's on the 26th of May as well. Is that the one we had our Pulsechain car on it, or something like a Hex car? One of those on racing on that. So those are the big things, three things coming up for Pulse Predict, and you earn Pulse Predict tokens. So remember that if you do decide to participate, you are getting some tokens back for that, and that's part of Jacob's ecosystem there, related to PulsePot. That's pulsepredict.io, so you can check out that. What else there? I think we're going to leave that. All right, cool. That is pretty much that. Let's get into the Hex Daily Stats at the moment. So we've got day 1610 on Ethereum. So 29th of April. The price is down 27% there, up 25 the day before. We're sitting just below 0.2 of a penny. And let's have a look at the payouts today. So yesterday we had a beautiful one of 9.8 hex per T-share. Today it's still looking very nice at 7.1 hex per T-share at the moment on the Ethereum chain. Let's have a look at the T-shares. T-shares up 3,600, sitting at 1,9,228,000. Let's have a look at the reward pool. Yesterday we had that massive, must be a big whale. I never even looked it up, but there we are, 500,000 today. At 65.6 million in the reward pool, but yesterday 90 million. Oh, wow, that's so good. Liquid holders still going up on the Ethereum side. Mine is still going down 7. We're still sitting at 118,000 though on the Ethereum side. Let's go Pulsechain. Now Pulsechain data comes out a bit late after our live stream, but we do have yesterday's data for what was it? Day? What day did we say it was? 352. 352. There we go. 28 there, and we had a payout, beautiful payout as well, matching the Ethereum side of 9.13 there, looking really, really good. What else are we going to say about that? Share rate keeps going up slowly as well, but T-shares down 435, sitting at just over 9.5 million. So still doing pretty well there. The reward pool, massive 43 million. What do we get? 51 million almost on the Ethereum side. We've got 43 million on the Pulsechain side. With the reward pool 86.8 million hex in the reward pool there. Liquid holders up as well, but miners down. So we broke that gaining trend of miners, and we're sitting 124,113, which is about 6,000 more than on the Ethereum side there for Hex. At the moment, to pick up a Hex T-share, $66 on Ethereum and $292 on Pulsechain. Obviously, longer pays better, bigger pays better. You get it for much cheaper. And of course, with the bigger pays better at the moment, given that where the price of Hex is, you can pick up so much more Hex, right? So that's kind of the play there. I always suggest doing a ladder, and I also always suggest having a proportion of your portfolio in liquid Hex for the bull market. So that's kind of the, I think, a good position. Mathematically speaking, of course, you always get more longer pays better, but I think in pragmatism, it's nice to have a ladder coming out, and of course you want to time the bull market with some liquid holdings as well in the mix. All right, so that is pretty much it on that one. What else we got in there? Anything else? I think we got Brennan in the house. There's Morning Suit Man and Family. Hey Brennan, good to see you. Morning, and congratulations on your membership, because Brian gave a 5 memberships out, and you won one, Brennan. I think you won one of those. Pretty sure. Let's have a look, didn't I? Did you? Yeah, Brennan, you did. You won a gifted membership from Brian. So you might want to say thanks to Brian. Hey, Brian. Thanks, Brian. What else we got going in there? Looks like Sandy and Brian are having a conversation about directions in the United States. That's got to be a big task there you're trying to achieve. All right, we're up to 45 minutes in the live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Man, it is accumulation, the art of accumulation. Pulsechain, waiting for that magic carpet ride to really take off the app. Now, obviously, we've got a year coming up in 2 weeks or 13 days for the year party. Maddie Allen's going to be running a Pulsechain birthday kind of celebration for that period. So that's coming up soon in 12, 13 days or whatever it is. And then, of course, we still have the court case in New York in October and stuff like that. So there's still a few things coming up. But man, the price is so juicy for accumulation at the moment. It is a fun time. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed today's coverage. We covered Bitcoin and runes. We covered sports betting. We covered Pulsechain. We covered crypto market and stock market. I think it was a pretty good round. So good times, everybody. Good times. Now, the one thing I didn't mention is that Brian is a member of 27 months. Woohoo! Thanks for all the work you do, and always positive, says Brian. You're most welcome. And a huge thank you for your support on the channel. And 27 months. And of course, Brian is our community leader. But 27 months is right up there in the top 5. I think he might be number 3 in the ranking. Yeah, it's a pretty amazing support. So big shout out to Brian for that. All right. In the 3rd year, Brian, in the 3rd year. How about that? Doing pretty well. We got Brennan as well in the house. Member 15 months. Cheers, Brian, says Brennan. Big shout out to Brennan as well, one of our community moderators, and of course TA expert. 15 months, right up there too. I think so. In the 2nd year is Brennan. How about that? So big shout out to you as well. All right, we're going to finish up with the Magic Carpet Ride video because you know how we roll. That's how we roll. We roll with the Magic Carpet Ride. So peace out. This is from Richard Hart. Enjoy your day. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. See you in Discord, and take care, everybody. Enjoy your day. Bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.
It's fun to watch Hex pumping up the charts. It's left behind all kinds of broken hearts who didn't buy the dip, who didn't DCA. And now that we're on a rip, it's hard to look away. Now I'm not the one to hand out free advice, but as for me, I wouldn't dare think twice about buying a bag, since we're still somewhat down. This rocket ship's about to break the speed of sound. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. I tip my hat to everyone who minds. You're getting paid out while you're killing time. It makes room for a nice vacation to the beach, perhaps a celebration now that you are rich. Ha ha! Ignore the haters who all called you crazy. You studied hard while they were being lazy. Now you're packing bags, about to take a ride up on that rocket ship, mooned up and starry-eyed. I feel these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. Now that we're summer bound and the sun is bright, I see that it's not round but rather has 6 sides. It's a work of art that's written into code, designed by Richard Hart to make our bags explode. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. Yeah, we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco.